Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and you're joining us for the ENTREPRE-DOERS morning show. With me, as always, is my co-host Tommy 2.0, the Bargain Effect. Nate, every day I'm hustling, is going to be a little bit late today, guys. He had a doctor's appointment, so he'll be hopping in as soon as he gets home. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and start welcoming a few people into chat. Looks like the first person we had today was Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward.
Wait, before you get too far on that, I have to screen share something.
Okay.
Because I just happened to be up.
Okay.
And there it is. We actually had just meet Kathy in at 4:20 a.m.
Okay. That's awesome.
We had just meet Kathy, and then was Steampunk Town and Steven Scroggins were all in very early this morning.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, I'm glad you caught that, because I wouldn't even have caught that. Because it shows me.
She asked, I don't know if you can read it, but at 4:20 she says, "Good morning, just having my morning coffee at 5:17 a.m." her time in my new TBE mug, and wondered, does being first this early count towards the brownie points?
Well, yes, it does.
If we're able to catch it or verify it, I would say it counts, right? Now, if I wouldn't have been up, like I say, I don't know how long it sits there in chat before YouTube takes it away, but if we're up and we catch it, so if you get in there and you sign in, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, send me a message. Even if I'm sleeping, I'll be like, oh, screen share it, save it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I guess the points go to Kathy. Sorry, Kelly.
Well, people are trying to be that early bird, man, more and more.
Yeah, early bird gets that worm. So good morning, Kathy. Glad you're here. Glad you're enjoying your TBE mug. That's amazing.
Yes, that first one we sent her out was like the one that we sent you, that the Keurig did a number on. So she's using a new TBE mug, second day in a row, and she said that the Keurig didn't ruin this one.
It's awesome,
because we upped how our process and everything. So just wanted to make note of that, because I know there was people that know that her Keurig frizzled out decal on the other one. It's no longer
there you go.
No longer a decal. Now it's actually on the mug.
Nice. Well, good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. Good morning, Veronica, the Cherry Picker. Glad you're here. Matt, BK Vending and Flipping. Good morning, Reseller Man. What's going on, buddy? Bluegrass Picker. How you doing? Good to see you. Siosa Sales. Good morning, Lisa. Steven Scroggins. You're late today, man. You're early, you're late.
Right. He was real early this morning.
Yep.
He was on a live when I woke up, like
really?
1:30 or something. Yeah, him and Justin Jacobs were
nice.
We're on a live.
That's what's up. DC Sales, the master of the license plate. Good morning to you. Lisa C. Great to see you. Diane Matthews, good morning to you as well. Steampunk Town, what is up? Michelle Lathan, good morning. Dang. Thanks so much, Tracy. I appreciate that. She says, good morning. Can I buy some points? That is awesome. Thank you for the super.
Maybe next month we'll sell points. We'll sell brownie points instead of having the first one in.
Tell you what, I'll start selling cookie points. It'll be like Girl Scout cookies.
There you go.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. You totally didn't need to do that, but I really appreciate all your support, Tracy. You've been so awesome to me and the channel and to this show.
For sure.
What's up, Craig? Good to see you. Craig.
So just me, Kathy said this mug went through the dishwasher once and it survived. I know your buddies, the other one, you said it didn't survive.
Yeah, no, RIP. You know what though? Like I told him that it wasn't dishwasher safe, and he decided that since you were still doing like trials and he knew he was getting a second mug anyway, that he'd run it through just to, kind of check on it for you.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Just sacrifice his mug. Good morning, Eric Bischoff. Good to see you, bud. Cody Bruh. What's going on, man? We got old school Larry in the chat, aka Chris, the old school picker. We have Nate every day I'm vaping. He's in the chat. Should be with us soon here. Peddling Profits, good morning. Oh, Eric Bischoff, thank you so much, man. I'm your number one fan. I want to be just like you on Amazon, bro. I appreciate that so much. That was super cool of you, man. Thanks for doing that. We have My Great Find for You. What is going on, T? Good to see you. If you want to drop the link, T, to your auction channel, feel free to do so. T's doing auctions like every single day now, pretty much.
She's a busy lady.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Lisa C says she just got her mug from Teespring. She's afraid to dishwasher it after waiting almost a month for it.
Yeah. Wow. That's what she was saying yesterday, too. Yeah. Mary McQuain, good morning to you. Bluegrass Picker wants to know about your auction channel, T. Yeah, she does auctions a lot of time with Donatello Bottolino, but she also allows people from the community to come on her channel and do auctions as well. I've been on with her twice now, and it's a lot of fun. She has a really good group of people over there that really like to spend the moolah, so I definitely suggest that you connect with her. If T's not still here, I can go find her link. But yeah, it's awesome. Old School Picker says that Eric Bischoff spending that NWO money. That's awesome. I love the wrestling references. But yeah, thank you so much, Eric and Tracy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just Me Kathy just dropped the link to T's other channel, the auction channel. So thank you so much for that.
And then, T, she pretty much, I think, vets the people that she's having on before they actually come on. So I haven't seen like anybody on her auctions peddling like flea market type stuff. It's always usually pretty good stuff. It might not be stuff that I buy, my style of stuff, but it's always good stuff.
Yeah, she's had some really good ones. Like Lisa Flipping Crazy, she always has some good stuff on there.
Yeah, I missed out on a couple of things, so I was doing other things. There was a couple of things she had just last Wednesday that I went for a good price too.
Yeah, I was doing an auction Monday night, and I was like literally like on my tablet trying to like keep up with what was going on over there, just because I enjoy watching the auction so much. Hey, Nicole, I buy, sell, sparkle. Good to see you today.
Vendu free cross listing until the end of the year. What is that? I'm gonna have to check
I'll have to look into that. I haven't even heard of Vendu. That sounds a little bit like somebody from Guardians of the Galaxy or Star Wars or something. That's kind of cool though. They're beta testing. So what's up? Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I'm gonna write that down real quick because I'll forget about it.
Yep, that's what I just did. And I'm actually gonna bring it up to see if I can get any quick info.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen when you do it, that way everybody can kind of
figure it out. Let's see what we got here.
T said she might do a pop-up auction later. That'd be cool, T. If you do, post about it in the group so I can come watch you.
All right. Seller's best friend. Tired of having to track all your item sales and messages on multiple marketplaces? Sick of manually entering the same information on every post? Yes, I am. We make the selling experience quick and easy. Okay, but what do they actually do? Post on multiple marketplaces. Etsy, eBay, Poshmark. No longer have to go from one site to another post. Voodoo allows you to fill out the details once and post them to the marketplace.
Does it do Mercari too?
I don't see Mercari. I just see Etsy, eBay, Poshmark. See if they have a.
Because I would love it if we could do Mercari.
Because you can manage all of your listings and sales from each marketplace in one area.
That's awesome. Does that mean it would remove it if it sales, or?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Keeps track.
Oh, Tracy says yes, Mercari. That's awesome.
We'll be releasing a beta version. Let's.
Okay, they don't end listings. Peddle and Profit says.
Okay. Do they do Etsy, or is it just eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark?
Tracy says they do Mercari, and so is Peddle and Profits.
You don't have a.
He says he checked it out last week, but he forgot to mention it. Well, thank you for bringing it up, because like I never even heard of Vendu. I've heard of List Perfectly, and there's like one other one I've heard of. But yeah, that's awesome. I might have to go check that out. Tommy will be signed up before the show's even over.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna click this right here, but I'm gonna unshare some of my information.
We want all of your personal information, Tommy. Real quick, well, before you're signing up on that, can I highlight you and you can show off a little bit of what you're making for me?
Yeah. So we're doing stickers that Anthony, you are doing what with these?
I wanted to have them for any time I get like a viewer sale, or if I'm doing an auction, I can like give it away with auction lots and stuff like that. So it's just going to be free for YouTube viewers, kind of like Lonnie and Justin have.
There we go. So yeah, we decided, I did two different styles. I did a matte finish, which is the bottom one. I did a gloss finish, which pops a little more. So we're going to go with the gloss. And then you might have variable sizes too, right? Depending on like big buyers get big stickers.
Yeah, like I'll probably end up doing a like bumper sticker version size too, and also have like the small ones that I'll give away. But yeah, I just thought that'd be a good way to kind of like thank viewers who either buy stuff off an auction from me or get something from one of my various selling platforms. So just as like a nice little thank you is, I figured I'd buy some free gifts to throw in there.
I'm going to put one right here on my monitor screen, the edge. So that's what's nice about doing this is I can get everybody's different little logos. I think I'm going to kind of just decorate my area with it.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. He says, hello, all Kent State, because I have a class. Wanted to give congrats to Anthony for 1,000. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Definitely not necessary, but 100% appreciated. And, I might start sending out stickers for the people that super chat too, just so I can like say thank you there too. So, just I'm thinking of different ways to kind of just thank you guys for being so awesome and like wonderful to me. So that was just something I saw other people doing. And I thought it'd be cool if I started doing that as well. Not that I get like a whole bunch of viewer sales. Like I might get one every once in a blue moon, but I do, YouTube auctions. So I figured at the very least, the people that are getting stuff off me with YouTube auctions, I can start throwing some stuff in their boxes. Just some.
Right. As you get bigger too, you'll probably get more viewer sales,
That's true.
And then, since we're on that, Destiny made me a shirt. I wore it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to show it, so I had to throw it on today again. But she made me this shirt because, well, it's what I do.
Touche. I've noticed that about you, Tommy. So did she make that or did she order it for you?
No, she made it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's getting pretty good, man.
Kevin,
you're putting her through the test. You're putting her through the test, Anthony, with all the different projects, which is good because then it gets her to.
Well, I mean, I want to support you guys, but by the same point, I think it's cool that I can like now order like different types of stuff for you. Tommy, do you know Kevin's email address, Commonwealth Picker? He said send him an email. He'd love to get some stickers off of you.
Has he ever emailed me?
I don't know.
I gotta look.
He might have it on like one of his videos, like in his description. If not,
I think. Let me check my email. I think I might have it.
Like you could like text Destiny, hey, get on creep mode, stalk the Commonwealth Picker. That's awesome. But yeah, I didn't know if Des actually even wanted to touch on our topic at all today, since like you and Nate were two people I was thinking of that I'm like really close with that are in this type of community that we're in, that always have their kids like close or doing what they do or whatever.
Right. I was actually thinking about tomorrow having the kids on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I got the other computer where they can actually have their own little window there, and
that's really cool.
I haven't talked to them a whole lot other than told them that the probably will be on the show one of these days. I didn't really tell them the topic or go into it with it because I kind of want their responses to be natural, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And open up the questions, but just kind of get, you know, what do kids, how does the rest of your family think and react and participate in you being a reseller? I know some people get tons of support, some people don't.
Yeah.
Commonwealth Picker, if you could shoot me an email at thebargaineffect@gmail.com, I can definitely get back to you on that.
So I know we talked about doing this a little bit. I'd like to get some chat feedback on this because full transparency, I really don't know what all this entails. I've gotten emails as far as our changes to YouTube title today. And I noticed yesterday I uploaded 3 videos. And every time I uploaded a video, it made me go through and select if this was for kids or not for kids or whatnot. And I've seen a ton of people on YouTube now for weeks, you know, freaking out like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to demonetize me? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? Is it going to be harder for people to find me? You know, because like it pretty much in my email, it like basically said in bold, you know, this could affect your monetization or people being able to find you on YouTube. And I'm actually going to share my screen real quick just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'll take you into my email. Hopefully it's not like on something crazy. You know, all right, let me check real quick. Okay, cool. It's not on something crazy. So that's a plus. Okay, so here we go. This is to my other email or my other channel, Celender Ministries, where we do Bible studies. It says important changes that may affect your monetization and content discoverability are coming. So it says starting today, all creators are required to tell us if their content is made for kids in order to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and other applicable laws. To help you comply, we're introducing a new audience setting in YouTube Studio. So depending on the amount of made for kids content on your channel, you can set your audience at either the channel level or video level. For those who are setting it just one click. So for me, it would pretty much be no made for kids content, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But then there's some people that are going to have like a, you know, have to do this every single video. So I can just click it once and be done. And then people who are just for kids can click it once and be done. But if you're doing like both, like honestly, like I'm considering like right now, I should probably even send Derek a message because there's a lot of kids that are going to watch like his races or, you know, his toy stuff, you know, so like he'd be one that, you know, could potentially be affected by this, you know what I mean? Even though he, you know, steers more towards like our community with his content. He has that appeal that like a lot of children probably really enjoy his content, you know? So basically it just goes into some other information, like what's going to be changing. Basically, you just suggest, is it, you select if it's for kids, if it's not for kids. And then in January, they're going to collect all that data. And I'm guessing they're going to be filtering a lot of this over to like the YouTube Kids app and whatnot. That way, like, you don't have to worry about your kids watching like vulgar stuff that they shouldn't be watching, like the kind of stuff I have to yell at my nephews for watching, for example, which they tend to watch a lot, even though they shouldn't on YouTube. But it gives you like for a list of affected features, go here. You know what I mean? You can kind of click off onto it. And then it has some other stuff you can kind of click into as well. Like right here, like what is considered made for kids. You know, if you want to learn more about the Children's Online Protection Act, you can click here too. So I know when I first heard about this, there was a lot of people basically saying the reason for this was to kind of protect kids against pedophiles watching them or something like that, which, I mean, like, if that's the... Good Lord, people call me during the show every morning. If that's the case, I don't feel like, you know, a lot of people should be penalized just for a couple sickos out there. But from what I was talking with Nate about, he says ETA 7 minutes, so he should be popping on soon. Nate was saying it's more or less like the other aspect I was talking about is making sure your kids aren't watching inappropriate content. But I'm sure there's probably a little bit of both sort of in there. Michelle Lathan says there was a settlement because YouTube was selling the data of children. Oh, wow. Okay. That's kind of scary.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Jennifer Hayes. If you show toys you bought at yard sales and thrift stores, you could be considered for kids too. So be careful what you show. See, and that's what's crazy because I sell so many toys. So even if I'm doing a what sold, you know what I mean? Like, is that something that I have to consider? Steven Scroggins, how is that going to help kids just go to their mom or dad's? Yeah, that's true. They could just, you know, like say they're grabbing your phone to go on it. They could just go on, you know, the adult YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I would say, like, for example, if you have kids and they have tablets or, you know, any kind of computers or something like that, you would limit them to only being able to do the kids version. At least that's what Nate was saying he would do. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. And we did this the other day as like a trial, but if anybody wants to call into the show and kind of give your opinion on it, I just dropped the phone number in the chat. You can feel free to call, and we will, you know, play you on speakerphone.
That's cool.
But yeah, we definitely want this to become more of a interactive show, more so than just, you know, reading your comments and stuff. We want to allow you guys to jump in and be a part of it as well.
See, I think I understand why YouTube's doing it. You know, they got to cover themselves, but parents need to step up and take a little bit more responsibility.
Did you read Rick's comment there? He said, I saw someone in chat this morning. They were mooning the screen, balls and hairy butthole everywhere. That's awful.
I hear about that happening.
Huh?
I hear about that happening, like with the StreamYard. People, you know, trolls get in there because people will put their link up or whatever. And
Lisa C said, too bad I missed it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so is that something that kind of worries you, Tommy? Being that, I mean, just with your printing business, you've used YouTube to kind of drive that business thus far. Like, as far as I know, you haven't really done any, you know, outside promotion outside of YouTube. And, you know, you've gotten quite a bit of interest in people wanting to do jobs. Like, I know I've sent you several just because, you know, I know you do quality work and I want to support you. But does that, you know, worry you that your channel might become undiscoverable, or your channel might, you suffer. And, right now you're not monetized, but
Right.
I could totally see you in the next maximum of 6 months becoming monetized. You know what I mean?
I don't exactly understand. I mean, I haven't read through it. I read through it like when they released the thing back in the September, kind of a summary of what changes to expect in the new year. But I mean, so what is it? If you have a kids channel, you can't be monetized? Is that what I'm understanding? Or kids channels aren't monetized?
I'm guessing that's the case. I mean, which would suck for for example,
that's
like
what a lot of
World.
creators out there, because our kids do watch adults that do make kid content.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I really haven't given it much thought, but it would hurt, because this is really the only platform that we've done any type of really talking. We haven't created like a Etsy store or a website yet. We haven't posted it in local marketplaces or in groups or anything, because we wanted to get good and make sure we were doing it right before we started selling stuff, and putting bad product out there. Like the mugs, for instance, that your buddy experienced, and that just me, Kathy. And we fixed that, but that's why we threw some out there to find out. And we fixed that, and I have faith in our shirts now. So I have pretty much faith in everything now. Now it's just getting Destiny to pick up velocity in what she's doing.
Yeah, for sure.
But that'll come in time as she does more.
And that makes a lot of sense. Reseller King says, so why can't a pervert just log into the kids' YouTube and watch them there? Yeah, they very well could. I mean, anybody could. For any of you guys that are using Vendu, Secondhand Everything wants to know, is there any way to import listings, or is it only for new listings? I know most of those type of platforms are only for new listings. It would be awesome if there is a way to import for anybody that's already using it. Maybe you could kind of tell us about that. And I agree with Veronica here. She says that would be so wrong. There are kids that are already monetized. Yeah, I mean, right. I just mentioned that Ryan's World. He's like huge. He's like one of the hugest, YouTube channels, and he's a small kid who does like toys and stuff like that. That'd be terrible. Like his family probably supported off of his YouTube channel. So yeah, that would suck. Like all the hard work just to like kind of strip him of that. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of backlash that YouTube's going to have to try to work around.
Yeah, see, I want to understand. I probably should take the time and actually read through, like word for word, what the changes entail, because you hear so many people saying different things, and I believe a lot of people that are talking about it actually haven't sat down and read it, because it is quite lengthy document.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes from one YouTube channel to another, and then it gets, it's Paul Bunyan type story, and by the end, it's
happy early birthday, Kathy.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Nate.
And all the Scotties erupt.
Yeah, I was worried when I first heard about part of that, because, I do everything with my kids shop, and, they're always running around the background. Like I didn't know that really where they were going with that exactly. Mm-hmm. And, I was listening, I was coming in, and I heard someone, you guys were talking about they were selling the data. I mean, that's part of the reason why you see like Ryan's World toys and things like that, because of that data that they were able to pull, and allow some of these companies to sit back and say, well, there's a good enough draw, or the kids love Ryan that much that, we should come out with a toy line and make, take a chance. And so far it's been paying out hand over fist from what I understand. I know I've been a part of some of the purchasing of their goods because of my kids and stuff like that. So like YouTube for kids always was like a little bit of a muddled like platform, because they would be missing some stuff that my kids want to watch that they should be able to watch. So with this all happening, this will just make YouTube Kids better, and now being able to, separate from the two, whoever goes to YouTube Kids will get a better push towards the people they should be, doing it for. But if there's people that do a mixture of video, or do like, like some for kids and some maybe not, but then you could choose or whatever. But like I heard someone say something about like, like doing what's sold videos with toys. I mean you're showing toys, but you're showing them in a fashion of showing other resellers or other people that this sold here or whatever. So unless you're like literally playing with the toy, you know what I mean, then I would say that would be like, with the, for kids or whatever. So as long as like basically you're not making it for kids to enjoy, like if you're doing a, I don't know, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, but just like a unboxing of toys for kids, like you see on some of these channels like Ryan's World and stuff, then that would be for the kids side of things. But other than that, if you're doing, your basic YouTube stuff for reselling, you should be fine under, for the adult channel. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yes. Yeah, and Steven was asking about yard sale videos with kids in the background. He doesn't know how that would work. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, like, because especially if you're wearing the GoPro like me and Nate do, you're just going to catch what's there, so it's going to be really hard to edit around that. So I would think for the most part, if you glance by a kid or whatnot, like, I mean, obviously you're probably not going to have the kid on screen, like, prolonged periods of time or whatnot. Like, I know for me, like, knowing this now, I'd probably try to limit any kind of exposure. Like, for example, I was planning to have my nephews do my 1K giveaway for me just because they're like huge fans of the channel. But since all this kid stuff came out, me and Ash just recorded it ourselves yesterday, which the video for that will be released tomorrow at 8 a.m. So if you want to be entered into that giveaway, all you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe on that. Just a little, plug. But yeah. So I mean, like, it's just something like without knowing the exact parameters. I think you have a typo there, reseller kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of people that have kids in their videos. Like, if you watch Nate's channel, like almost any video you see of his is going to have children in it. Especially the ones where he's out and about, because he always takes his kids out with him.
Right. Like that's the one thing, like, I love to do, like, because I have such limited times to go out and do things with the kids. So, but I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and read that, but like the YouTube thing. But I mean, unless it's like, I'm just remembering off a little bit of what I read, but.
Yeah, exactly, Steven. He says, like, I'm planning to do video at Disney. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be unavoidable. So, I mean, yeah. I don't even know, like, how I'm going to classify those videos, to be honest with you. I'm going to do them anyway because I already promised my wife I would. So, we're just going to live stream. I mean, I don't even know if they're going to keep the videos up. I mean, they most likely won't be monetized because there's, like, music playing, like, everywhere at Disney. So, I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, I don't really care if they demonetize those videos, because if nothing else, those videos will attract more people to the channel. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult to navigate that without knowing. I mean, is there anybody in the chat that kind of has a clear understanding of what's going on with all this? I mean, I know I don't. Hey, AJC Magic TV, what is up? David, what's going on, man? Car boot picker.
Our kids wanted to start a channel. Well, they did start a channel, and they were gonna kind of do something off the wall, and they were just gonna like taste weird foods that they never had before, that never experienced. And when all that information came out way back, it was like, well, let's kind of hold off and see what they're going to do with kids channels before we go and spend all this time involved in it, to possibly not get anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to find the email.
I mean, even if I have the email, I can pull it back up.
Yeah, pull back up. I like to, read it again because I might have read too fast and misunderstood something. I don't want to give any bad information, but
I mean, do you want to look at the features of a kids channel, or? It might be worthwhile to even click to see what it would say.
Because I mean, if you went to the kids side, you're still able to get monetization and everything on that side, right?
I don't know.
I don't think they would, like, for example, like Ryan's World, I don't think they would, take away their ability to, basically cut that business side of their business off. You know what I mean?
So it's basically saying why every creator must. So it's telling you how to go through and set it. What happens when your content is set as made for kids? Okay. Starting in January, we will limit the data we collect on made for kids content to comply with the law. This means we will start disabling certain features like comments, notifications, and others. So, I mean, comments right there are a big part of creating activity. Notification, no one's going to know when kids do stuff. You may see some small changes as we experiment and refine our systems. Most importantly, we won't serve personalized ads on kids' content as requiring children's blah, 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 blah.
Go to the part where
it says, how can you be monetized without that? Yeah, so right there, that's
well, they probably won't get as high. They'll probably won't get as high as an ad rate that you would, getting at a normal rate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is, but say it's 4% or whatever. Now it's 2%.
Starting in January, Made for Kids will restrict certain features to comply. When this happens, the following features won't be available on individual videos or live streams: personal advertising, comments, channel branding watermark, donate button, card end screen, live chat or live donations, notification bell, playback in the mini player, super chat or super stickers, or save to playlist.
So basically, they're trying to make it so the kids actually have to search out the information, not just go by.
Well, I mean, not only that, like I don't know if they're trying to make it to where the kids can't like actually technically work for money. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. So if it is made for kids in January, you also won't have stories. You won't have a community tab, notification bell, or channel memberships. So I'm guessing is channel memberships like subs? Like
that would be like Patreon, I guess.
Isn't that separate though from YouTube? Is Patreon?
Well, I think you could set it up like through Patreon or through YouTube to go to Patreon. Because there's a Patreon button that pops up if you have it or whatever. Like I've seen that or whatever. Like, no, it's some type of button on the bottom. Pretty sure it's Patreon. It'll bring you to the Patreon. Go back to the part where it says like basically deciphering if there's a kids channel or not.
Oh, wait, here. What if YouTube says my video is made for kids, but I disagree? So you go to YouTube Studio, go to videos, under restrictions, click made for kids, click review audience setting. And then under that, you select no, it's not made for kids. So, I mean, that at least tells you a little bit of what is going to be happening. And while I'm sharing screen, if you two could keep eye on the chat because I can't see it as long as I'm in here. So, let's see. Click out of there because I know there's more information. Why is this happening? What is made for kids content? Okay, so let's go here. This will determine determining if your content is made for kids. Regardless of location, we require you to tell us whether or not your videos are made for kids. We are making these changes according to an agreement, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. So I'm guessing the U.S. Federal Trade Commission basically doesn't want kids making money, I would guess. I mean, I don't know. Okay. So subject matter, like they say, educational content for preschoolers. So, for example, like Derek with his Hot Wheels and his toys, that would be a kid's subject matter, in my opinion. I mean, I'm guessing probably in their opinion too.
That would be one that probably would maybe
It's
be
sort
in
of
the
like
gray area.
Yeah,
like where it could be both, and depending on how he does it exactly, like if he's doing his races, he probably won't be able to do the races anymore, at least under adult. You know, but if he's like showing off his collection, maybe it could be considered adult, but you know, that would be, you know, but doing like a what's sold video or whatever, I don't think that would be you know, like even if it was just all toys or whatever, or if you did a toys haul, you know, as long as you're not like interacting with the toy and like playing with it, I don't see that being it or whatever. But the children are intended actual audience for your video, whether the video includes child actors or models, whether the video
and child actors or models, would that just mean like, hey, your kids are a part of your video?
Yeah, like actually like in it for like a.
So here's one that could affect resellers right here is this one. Well, so could this one right here if you have your kids in it, but whether the video includes characters, celebrities, toys that appeal to children, including animated characters and cartoon figures. Well, I mean, I don't know what reseller doesn't have some of that stuff.
Right.
They're either going to show off in a haul or they're going to show off in a what's sold or whatever. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. So I guess we're going to all have to start cursing like sailors.
Right.
Or be like that video Rick was watching this morning. You missed out on that, Nate. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh no, I was listening. I was listening.
Gotcha.
No, I was listening to what he was saying, what you guys are talking about.
Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children, such as play acting, simple songs, or games, or early education. So, for example, like if I were to do the gaming series again, kids would probably like that. I mean, granted, it's like retro games that like kids probably don't play much because it's like old stuff from when I was a kid. But
I think some of this too is like based on the overall thing of your channel too.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one video or two videos, say a month, that could be in the gray area, or even could be a possibility of the children's could like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that. Now, this is my opinion. So
I think what I'll do is
I think it won't. It shouldn't be looked as like, oh, this is for kids. You know what I mean? Because your channel is not built for kids, because you're doing an adult business type channel for reselling and stuff like that. Now, if it was just like your average person, like doing stuff with the family, and maybe he had a little bit of an adult side hobby, and then but it's playing with kids every once in a while and videos. We're doing like family activities with the family. Like if I went more if I went and showed more of my kids doing like activities or whatever, then, you know, maybe then, you know, even I could fall into that. But I'm sure some of that, you know what I mean, they're looking at the overall stance of all, you know, your total content to decide a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cherry Picker had a question. She says, how do they know who's watching the content? My kids log in with my adult account. Are they going to require parents to double log in to allow kids to watch or something? I mean, I think if they're logged in under an adult account, they can't really tell that there's a kid behind the screen on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't think it really matters, like, to YouTube who they verify is watching it. It's just what they feel it's geared towards.
For sure.
But like now, okay, I talked about, like, I was thinking about having my two kids on the show tomorrow to just talk about what they feel as a child being in a reseller situation. So how would that affect, say, the show according to the new rules? You can't do that now? Even though it would be geared, it's not geared, they're not honored to talk to like other kids, but I guess maybe people with other kids, it may happen, you know.
So it says something here. It says, note, while the age of a kid in the United States is defined by anyone under the age of 13. So I'm guessing, like, if it's something that may be teenage based, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. So it's just basically 12 and under, which is what they're considering. But I mean, that has to be to your discretion too, Tommy. I mean, it's going to be on your channel. So if you're cool with it, then, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't, you know, it's all going to come down to personal opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that one video has kids in it will basically.
Well, from what I'm reading, the link that who dropped it in here?
Andy.
The Good Life dropped in. Yeah. That's what I've been reading over here. And from what I'm understanding is just, you know, if it is declared as like kid content and you have it marked, it's no big deal. It's just, you know, your ad revenue is going to be less, and
yeah, they're going to basically,
people won't be able to comment on it, and you can't put an end screen on it. That's pretty much. It's where if you say it's adult content and you're actually making it towards kids, you know, trying to sneak through and get that monetization, then you can actually get fined and all of that.
Like,
wow. But I mean, so I guess on a questionable video, like when I'd have the kids on tomorrow, I guess maybe to be safe, I just put it as kid content, you know. I mean, it's not like it would hurt me for monetization. If I really want to have them on a video, if I would lose, or, you know, if I was monetized and lose monetization off that video because of it,
yeah,
so be it. You know, I mean, the kids are part of me, so
yeah.
Like I said, I even if
even
if I had my kids in a video or whatever, and they're in it for more than, say, 2 minutes or a minute or even longer or whatever, as long as that content that we're doing with them or whatever, like where you're doing an interview, you know, on the, you know, effects of kids on a reseller life, or, you know, or just talking about reselling with them on our show, that isn't content that's geared for other kids to watch. That's just that's for adults to learn from the kids, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So that wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this has a little bit of gray area, but I mean, as long as I'm hoping they're thinking the way I'm thinking, because if not, then it's going to be, you know, really weird. Like, you know, how we really, you know, walk through the fine line of this and everything. Like AJC Magic TV asked, he says, what about channels to do theme parks? I mean, unless, like, I would think, like, you know, unless you're going heavy within the characters of, like, say, like Disney, or you're in the, like, the kiddie park, you know, that maybe would have a chance of being, like, on the kid side a lot. But like, if you're doing roller coasters and, like, the bigger rides and stuff like that, like, say you're a you know, like a fan park person where you just ride around a bunch of different places and go to different things, and you just do like the bigger rides, then I don't see that being, for kids.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. It does depersonalize the channel, in my opinion, too, because even doing a live show, like, for example, they wouldn't be able to type anything in the chat. Like right now, we're interacting with you guys. There would be zero interaction in that regard.
It would be like a video podcast, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would very much disconnect the audience.
Yeah, it's. I hope somebody from YouTube does a little better clarification, even if it's just showing different variations of videos and saying, okay, then this would be it and this would be it. That would be a better clear cut, because some of that stuff is very, gray area-ish. And some people can take it a different way. Like I viewed like being all about the content part of it, not like me having my kids in it, but they could see it a different way. So it's going to be weird to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the fines can be $42,530 per video. That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think they need to get a whole lot clearer on what they're declaring kids content.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so vague. I just read that whole article, and it's so vague.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, that's gonna really affect a lot of my wife's favorite channels if they do crack down on people that go to theme parks, because literally all she watches is people that go to Disney, people that do Disney hauls, like basically all Disney everything, So, while granted, a lot of that's could be geared towards kids. I mean, some of it's like geared towards like the adults planning that trip or whatever. But yeah, some of those people start getting demonetized and say screw YouTube. Like that'll really, that'll really cause a bad reaction for the community that she's a part of. But another thing I was thinking is, if a lot of the people that do content for kids, what's to stop them from saying, hey, we're going to go over to Twitch, or we're going to go over to Vimeo, or, whatever other platform there is, and we're going to kind of start our own niche over there.
Well, they're gonna hit those other platforms too, I believe. It's just YouTube's one of the biggest, so I think they're trying to make an example out of it.
Yeah.
But I believe they're probably gonna hit all them other platforms.
Touche. Chris says, you think YouTube would do something crazy, like, I don't know, put out a video explaining all of this? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Reseller King, that's what I just read in that article. You could select not kid content, and if YouTube would find it to be kids content on whatever they're using to determine whether it's kid content or not, it's automatically kids content. You can't appeal it, you can't fight it or nothing. They just have to say.
The crazy thing, Michelle, is the theme park. She's saying that they rely on super chats and donations because they can't be monetized with the music in the parks. They're taking away the super chats and that kind of stuff too from anything deemed to be for kids. So they wouldn't even be able to then take their super chats or anything like that to
honestly, like I know somebody that does it, does super chats and stuff like that, and doesn't use, the super chat thing. They use like a separate thing to refer people to. They could still backdoor their way getting those and actually getting more money, because Google gets 33% or whatever of the fees or whatever. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a person that does
a video here. Is that the YouTube video? Oh, about the changes. Is that from YouTube? Okay, so even TikTok is starting shortly too.
Yeah.
Cardoso, you know a whole lot about this. So I really appreciate everything you've been putting into the chat today. It's made this a lot easier on me. I'm sure the other guys too. So thank you for sharing all of that inside knowledge you got there. Yeah, if anybody wants to, again, I have the phone number to the show in the chat. If anybody wants to call, give your opinion, or anything that we didn't cover that you know about in regards to the changes to YouTube, feel free to give us a call and we'll put you on live.
I'm watching another YouTuber. He does a lot of toys and figures, like from Marvel and stuff like that. And he has to make changes to his channel because of everything going on. And he doesn't know exactly what the a lot of the gist of everything is. So
yeah,
for a lot of people that are in like the very niche thing of like say toys, especially, I mean, it's going to be a really really hard to really figure out what it is until they come out with some better examples of what is okay and what is not, especially on some of the gray line matter of everything.
Yeah, for sure. We'll message Derek, see if he's awake.
Yeah, because he's definitely going to be affected in one way or another, especially like at the very least, like he won't be able to do his races or anything like that anymore, like for the adult side, because like racing the cars has to be considered driven towards kids, even though I enjoyed watching the races and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it brought me back to my childhood. And it's always cool to watch the different cars and stuff he had. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a lot of people, like for example, Aaron, who was on here, I don't know, what was it, a month or two ago when we first started? Me and Tommy interviewed him. He was the guy who basically is niched down to like Pokemon, like pack openings and going to like different leagues and stuff like that. I'm sure his channel is going to get hit kind of hard too, because I mean, it's literally all Pokemon. Like he does a little bit more with his live channel where he gets into other things. But I mean, his Trainer TV has over 52,000 subscribers.
right.
You know what I mean? Like that's probably going to get hit pretty hard by this change. I'd be like real interested to talk to him again. Maybe if we would do a follow up to this, like maybe once they start rolling the changes out, have Aaron back on and see kind of what kind of, because I would imagine a good bit of their audience is probably what would be considered for kids content.
Right.
Because there's even a lot of kids that they show like at the leagues they go to and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Like I used to play Magic the Gathering, and a lot of us were 18 or around that age or whatever, but there were some kids that were 10, 11 years old playing the game. So it's anything that's in like that teen, any games or toys that are in like that teen and down or up type thing is going to be like the gray area of a lot of this. But I'm hoping that if they are going to make like these changes like they are, and people who do go towards the kid side, like how are they going to really like help push some of the better creators in that platform too? Because you're not getting any notifications. You're really going to have to be like super like your keywords and stuff have to be amazing in search, because that's the only way anybody's going to be able to figure out like who you are or watch your stuff. I mean,
for sure.
That's it. Honestly, it's like it. Like you have to like almost like niche down to a specific thing and hope someone clicks on you, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Even Cardoso is saying something that we say almost every day. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, which is, kind of why I've branched out into Mercari and Amazon and other platforms. Because like, for example, like I've had a terrible month on eBay. Like it's been like absolute trash. You know what I mean? Like it's still like, I would say respectable, but not like up to my standards by any stretch of the imagination. But like I've had to kind of put a few eggs in different baskets. And that makes sense. Like, you can't rely just on YouTube, to kind of pay the bills if you're a content creator. I'm sure that there's ways that we could reach out, and this is something I've thought about, but like, I'm not a large enough channel, in my opinion, to really deem going like, hey, would you like to sponsor this and this and this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would think maybe some smaller businesses might do it, like mom and pops here and there. But if I was talking about something that they did that my audience like cared about, but I could see, like, for example, Ryan's World, you know what I mean? Like, when he gets cut off, I'm sure, I mean, that dude has like his own toy lines and stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to be hurting as much for the money. I mean, granted, it's going to like take a chunk out of his wallet, but I mean, there are other ways to go about earning that money. So that's a good way of looking at it. And this is going to kind of, I think, force some people into that direction of, really trying to hustle outside of YouTube to earn that money. I mean, the nice thing about YouTube is it turns you into an influencer. So once you have the influence, you can then use that influence to do something, do something a lot bigger.
Like Ryan's World is gonna, they're not gonna get as much money on the ads as they normally would, but they're still gonna do very well on YouTube. Like, even if they cut it in half, I'm sure most of their money's made in the toys and stuff and everything else he sells now compared to YouTube. Now, if this was before the toy line got pushed out, yeah, this would hurt them a great deal, because we're talking probably close to 50% of their revenues would be cut off from the shows and stuff like that, which they have a lot of subs. So if they have, I think, how many subs they have? Like, probably like 1 million subs or whatever, something crazy.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I think the biggest person I sub to is like either Pete or Resale Killers.
Ryan's World has 22.5 million subscribers.
That's a good way of putting it, Cardoso. That's what I do too. I've actually built YouTube into like my business model. So like, I consider the work I'm doing on YouTube right now is just investing into the future of my business. Just because, like, I'm trying to kind of scale this so I can use it to help grow what I do, with e-commerce and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, same here. I mean, YouTube for me is just an outlet to talk to people and show people what I do, and let other people who might just stumble upon some of the content that I do or the lives or whatever, that, hey, you can make a business of this and make some money, because that's how I got started, watching a YouTube video, and here I am.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, though. Your channel can be kind of like a business card.
Yeah, because I mean, if I didn't watch YouTube, I would have never knew Anthony and figure out who he was and meet up with him and do stuff and figure out what he's about and everything else. So I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure.
Yeah, that's a interesting question there, Chris. He said, "What's bad is Justin's Funko video was his biggest video. So are they going to flag that video now?" I have no idea. I mean, I've seen, I can't remember who said it, but they said Funkos, like, a lot of people that collect them are adults because they're like a collectible toy. But by the same point, like, it's also a toy. So, there's a lot of kids that are into Funkos too. So could that be made for kids, or could it be kind of like a both? But if it's both and they deem it also something kids would like, would they still demonetize you and all that?
I would think that would fall under an adult, because I mean, yeah, some of the kids do buy that, but I would say the majority is going to be 13 and above that are mostly having those toys and stuff like that. Now, if it was like a Paw Patrol or a Ryan's World or Baby Shark or Sesame Street or some of those type of kids preschool brands, like very easily identified for the younger audience, I would say that would be basically like that's what it is. Like, like VTech stuff or whatever, like that type of stuff.
I would hope in like situations like that they use more than just their own personal opinion, and that they give the video a chance before they just go and flag it and collect the data and see, like, okay, if a certain percentage of kids are watching this, then we got to deem it a child video, not just say, oh, we think it's going to attract children, so we're gonna classify it like this. Give it a chance. Be like, oh, well, we got like one kid out of every 500 adults that stumble across this video. I mean, and there's a lot of young reseller kids out there too. My kids resell that actually watch reselling videos, and the ones that do have toys, like they're obviously much interested in like toy hauls because they know the product.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that just because my kids are watching it, that it's actually geared towards a kid, because the average kid wouldn't show interest. So I say hopefully they would go by a ratio of viewers or something.
Yeah. I agree. Like if you're putting out a video, and even if it's 25% children or whatever, however they would figure that out, then that should jump into like a review type video where they have to go in and check it out or whatever. But I'm sure a lot of us who in the reselling community, a lot of our videos are probably very heavily, not very many kids watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Joe's saying kids channels probably have a CPM of like $2 anyway. Not entirely sure what CPM is. Do you guys know what that is?
It's like
it's clicks per milli or something.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Per 1,000.
And Cardoso's saying that it'd be like 25 cents now. Yeah, I mean, Cardoso, I would love to even talk to you a little bit more about all this. I don't know if you'd want to call in or if you'd want to pop on for a minute. It seems like you have some really awesome information.
Right.
All right, guys, I gotta be right back. My daughter wants to watch Toy Story.
All right, no problem. Okay. Nate, I want to watch Toy Story. I don't see you ever running for me. I'm just kidding. We ended up getting Disney Plus the other day, so that's been like in heavy rotation in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ash said that there was over 10 million people that signed up on the day it launched, I think, Tuesday.
So what kind of channel is it? Is it a kids channel that you're just interested in?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, touche. That's true. That's true, Reseller King. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it could be deemed for kids or deemed for my wife. ESPN is like so annoying this morning.
Ellen Profit says daily refinement, starting a 24-hour reselling channel you can interact with. This hasn't been done before.
How does that work exactly? Like, because, I mean, figure that he's got to sleep. You know what I mean? And, like, I'm sure he's not going to take us into, like, the toilet with him and everything.
Right. Well, I know he's got employees and stuff, too, though. So maybe
that would make sense. I can see somebody in the comments like, hey, dude, pinch it off. I have a question.
Right.
That's awesome. That's really cool, though. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, for sure, Old School Picker. I watched the first episode of it last night, and I think he's talking about The Mandalorian. the new Star Wars show that's on Disney Plus. Yeah, I watched the first episode, and the next one's coming out tomorrow, from what I understand. But yeah, it looked really good. At first, I didn't know if that was like Boba Fett or not, because like he looks like Boba Fett with different colors. RC Maddox, what's up, man? Good to see you. Tommy Bernard's in the house.
Yeah, what's up, man? I don't know, man. I guess we're just probably gonna end up having to wait and see what happens with all this, because I can't find any clear information, you know.
Yeah, Michelle, I ended up Googling it just to see if it was Boba Fett, and it said no, it wasn't Boba Fett. It was I guess Boba Fett was sort of a Mandalorian, but he wasn't from like the same place or something like that. Whatever, you know. But there's a pretty cool spoiler at the end of the first episode that I thought was cool.
Key Lime Kisses says, Key Lime says, let's get to some real news. Starbucks is BOGO today, 2 to 7. What's BOGO? Buy one, get one? Yeah, okay.
And 2 for $7 coffee, maybe? Or what's up, D? Flipping Particles. Congrats again on your 1K. Really happy for you. Ah, I see. He's back.
I probably shouldn't have said Toy Story 4. We could get turned into a kid's store.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All the little Saudi Arabian kids are going wild right now.
And the millions and millions of Saudi fans.
Yes. Oh, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's buy one, get one free. Gotcha.
What's buy one, get one free?
Starbucks.
Oh, yeah. You said that too loud.
What is it?
Nothing.
Tell me.
You know,
Nothing.
Cardozo says, I would
I'll be at work anyway.
Mark, the channel is either made for kids or not for kids. Don't let YouTube make the decision for you.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. But now, when it says made for kids, I mean, is that just kid friendly or geared towards kids? That's where I'm confused.
Ignorant.
You know, because I don't imagine any of my content would be geared towards kids, you know.
Hey, congrats on
it would be some of it could be kid friendly, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when we do like we want to start recording like our outings and when we go into the Dells, and we're actually we were just talking this morning, we're planning on maybe doing a January trip out to Vegas because it's real cheap.
Nice.
And yeah, we can go.
You should pack
round trip
luggage.
Round trip, hotel included for all 4 of us, less than $500.
That's what's up.
For 4 nights, 5 days.
Where's this at?
Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, January 20, third week in January, Sunday through Thursday. Less than $500, 4 people round trip.
January 23rd is my birthday. And my son's birthday.
Should celebrate it in Vegas, too.
Right? It actually sounds like a good idea here. Might have to go to Vegas on my birthday.
That's awesome, Reseller King. He's got a nice tip from the church delivering DoorDash.
Destiny said, talk to Anthony, see if he'll go out there. I'm like, that's right after he gets back from Disney. He's probably going to be trying to make up some money.
My buddy just came back from Disney at work, and he said that he couldn't believe how much money he dropped.
Austin, you're so late today, dude. You're like beyond late.
He was up late. That's why I seen him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He must have the everyday Hustlin alarm clock.
Yeah, touche. Every day he's sleeping in.
I was in a YouTube chat, and every time I'd comment, this guy would start singing the song, and I'm like, he's like, stop commenting, because every time I see your name, I was going to sing the song.
Yeah.
I was looking at my name in search results yesterday, and I'm starting to creep up the ladder. Rick Ross's might finally found his match right here.
Yeah. You creeping up there?
It's actually not too bad to find me anymore.
Nice.
I mean, it's still bad, but you know, I'm on there now. At least you can find me.
Yeah.
You just have to scroll a little more than the average person.
When you get up to 1 million views, they won't even find Rick Ross anymore.
I have the greatest beard that they've seen this fall.
Yeah, Derek said he'd jump in. Let me pop him a link real quick.
Go incognito mode to see where I see you, Nate.
Instead of having to do like 90 scroll downs, it's like 5.
You're getting beat by Cat Williams, man.
It's Cat Williams, though.
Michelle's asking when we go to Disney, are we going to try to meet Resort TV 1 in their live stream at the parks? I mean, I'm sure Ash probably would like that. I don't know, though. Maybe. Maybe they'll be in our live stream at the park. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, bud.
There he is.
Did you search yourself, Nate? Did you search yourself in incognito mode?
No.
I don't know how to do incognito mode.
You just go on the little 3. Let's see how I did the 3 dots up in the top of your browser. You're using Chrome, right?
Yeah.
And then just open new incognito window.
New incognito.
So I'm really incognito on YouTube.
So like today's show, I just typed in "every day I'm hustling," and today's show came up. So you must be tagged in it in the description.
Yeah, he's always tagged. I tag both of you guys in it,
but I haven't found you.
You know what I found? NASCAR Man 3345.
Hey.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, buddy. So what's going on, you guys? What are you talking about today? I've been busy running around.
We're talking about the YouTube changes and how it's going to affect channels. And hey, Marcy, good to see you. Marcy Kennedy's in the house. I'm going to throw you a wrench, Marcy. I don't know why you don't have one.
Hi, Marcy. Thank you for coming. I like Marcy. She's cool.
Hey, you guys see this reseller anthem? Every day I'm reselling rap video.
Yeah, I saw that. Kyle showed me that one. So, yeah, I got the email the other day, yesterday, about there's three different angles I have to play it by. I was going to call you, Tommy, a little while and see what's the best one for me, you know, because there's adult.
That's what we were talking about, you know, and it's like you're not making these videos to attract kids.
Right.
But it does have stuff in it that kids would be attracted to, but you're talking and to adults, you know.
Right.
About adult topic, but yet toys are part of the topic. So that's that like area they're not clear on, you know.
No, they're not, and not at all. It's one of those things where I read it as much as I could, and I'm sitting there going, well, if I do this, is it gonna mess me up this way, or if I do it this, is it gonna mess up this way? You know,
just cuss a lot in your videos.
What's that?
Just cuss a lot in your videos.
He has been lately.
This is a badass effing Hot Wheel, and I'm going to put some big ass effing tires on this one.
Thank you, Tommy. Dude, Tommy just posted like the emphasis they did.
Okay, children or children's characters. Popular children's programming or animated characters. Play acting or stories using children's toys. Child monogamous, whatever. Engaging.
Face in the way of the phone number.
Yeah, the only thing that I would worry about if I was NASCAR would be the races. If he was doing the races and stuff like that, that would be like the only thing that would be like, you know. Now I've watched a lot of his videos. I watched probably 90% 90 or 85% of his videos, but I haven't watched them all. But from what I've seen, other than the races, I think he should be fine. But if he goes in maybe a different direction.
What about the slogan though, like more toys, more fun? Like, do you think that would be an issue with YouTube, or?
I don't think that would, have an issue. I mean, the only way that I think that things would really pop up on people's radars if, the views of
seen that too, right?
Yeah,
Aaron, you got it, buddy. I know what you're saying.
I would tell you to say more adult toys, more fun, but that would totally bring in another genre of YouTube, Derek.
Right. Tracy would have to be involved every show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of my I don't have a lot of kids in my analytics. I mean, I've looked at that and it's crazy. 18 lots, Justin. Jeez,
That's crazy, bro.
I'm there, guys. Seriously, if you look at Tracy agrees with me. Yup.
Yeah, I'm sure Tracy could keep an adult.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah. But guys, I'm still pondering on a lot of that stuff. Should I don't want to stop the racing, but if they're considering it kids oriented, then it's gonna hurt. So.
Yeah, Michelle even asked, did anybody else's screen go black? Yeah, mine did. It went to the black snow instead of error occurred. I had to refresh my page.
Mine didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, but that would be the only thing that would, right. I would see that would affect things. But yeah, I mean, unless you're getting a lot of views on your analytics and stuff like that for children or a nice chunk, I honestly wouldn't worry too much. I would just have a plan or a way to make changes if necessary.
Right.
Justin, I would keep making them and just save whatever you can't use for future auctions.
Yeah.
What up, Alex?
That's plenty enough.
See,
okay.
Me
and just give a heads up on everybody. I don't know if Alex knows yet, but I know me and El Cubanoso, Mr. Oscar, and possibly Alex are going to be doing a live around 5:00 on Saturday afternoon because Oscar is going over to Homestead International Speedway, and he's going to be selling all of those NASCARs that he has.
That's what's up.
So we're going to go through the cars and separate them into pricing. And we had about an hour talk yesterday, and man, some of the stuff that he has pulling out is amazing. I was like, wow, dude. It's crazy. So, yeah, but going back, racing, please don't say that's not RC, whatever it is, Medix. No, we don't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Bluegrass Picker, if you want to come and see this video on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, it's 90% Dale Earnhardt, like primo stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Yes, Alex. Oscar was supposed to talk to you about it.
What up, John?
What's up, John?
What's up, buddy?
So
I just want to touch on what Cardozo said up in the chat a little bit. It says another way to avoid confusion is to mark your videos as restricted to adults.
Yeah.
Only negative is it will likely bring down your views a bit because all viewers would have to be signed in and 18 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But from what I read in that article, that'd be a safe way to do it. But from what I read in that article, if they deem your videos, if you have them marked as 18 plus and they deem your videos still as kid content, now you can get fined.
Right. That's what I was reading.
I mean, that's not even like a safe way from what I'm reading, from what I'm outstanding.
Yeah. Did you get the same email I did, Tommy?
No, Anthony and Nate got it. I'm not monetized, so I didn't get it. But I see the updates that come from YouTube.
Right.
Where exactly do you go now? I'm trying to remember where it said to select that you're
where you're adult.
It's in the advanced tab.
Yeah.
The YouTube Studio.
Yeah, on your when you're doing your video, when you're setting it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you click the edit button, then go into the advanced tab, and it's down towards the bottom.
But I mean, like as far as just marking your channel, because they said you could also just set your channel as just for adults too, or just for kids or whatever.
That's in that same area.
Yeah, that I'm not sure. I might be able to check it out on.
You talking about like that newest pop up? Like I had something pop up like as soon as I logged in or something. I thought that like made me pick like
check the email again because there should be a way to go and just select for your entire channel. Like for my channel, I don't think I'd have too much of an issue. I think the biggest thing would be when I'm out and about sourcing, maybe for being a kid or two.
Right. Well, that's it. I mean, when we were sourcing, when there was kids around us, and when I'm at the club and everything, that's my problem.
Yeah.
But just because there's kids around you or like in your video doesn't mean that it's a kid's content video.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about the content and who you're trying to appease, basically.
Attract, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I know a lot of the stuff now is more oriented to customizing and finding the holy grail like we did the other day at Target. That was cool. You know.
Michelle asked if do most parents make individual YouTube accounts for their kids? I have, and like I was saying earlier, some of the stuff that my kids like, are kids related stuff, and it wasn't showing up on the kids' version of YouTube, so I had to let them watch on my tablet or set it up so they can watch certain ones, when they're around me.
They said about that is if you're 13 and under, you're supposed to go to YouTube Kids. That's and a lot of the stuff is that's why they're gonna have a struggle for the first month or so about getting it situated. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So, and somebody asked up earlier. Yes, I do sell diecast. I sell it on my auction, and if you get in touch with me through my Facebook page, I do sell there too.
Cool. I just went in and I just updated my channel to say no, I never upload stuff that's made for kids.
Where did you do that?
Right here. Cardosa just put it in. I put it up on the screen. In YouTube Studio, settings, channel settings, advanced settings. And then it'll give you the option. Like here, I'll share my screen and go back in and do it. Just want to make sure I'm on the right page. Let me take this comment off this thing. Share screen.
In California, 7 dead.
Oh, dear Lord. Be with them. All right. So you go to your YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
Then you go to settings, channel, advanced, and I click set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids.
Okay, I got it.
So, yeah, if you do that, you should be good to go.
All right.
But yeah, it's crazy that people are getting. Oh, thank God! Lisa just said she just read they're shot but not dead. But man, I hate hearing stuff like that.
It is. Well, RC Madix, please get back in touch with me if you have wholesale accounts with Greenlight. That'd be greatly awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm hoping to get some wholesale accounts here after the first of the year. So I'm like halfway through paying off my PayPal loan now. So hopefully by the time Q4 is over, I would have made enough in sales to get that completely paid off.
Nice.
I'm gonna take another one out just for wholesale accounts.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
Derek, what were you? I can't find anything on it about Mercari pulling out of the U.S.
Yeah, when I called them the other day about it, they're still questioning on releasing it. You have to call them personally and talk to them. They're not making the full disclosure, but they're like, well, the best bet for you to do is don't worry about it because we're in the process of stepping out of the country, stepping away from the country. So
you know what we should do? We should call them on stream
live one day. Yeah. You got to do it early because it takes 45 minutes to an hour sometimes to get through to them.
Yeah, we should set it up tomorrow to give them a call. Put them on blast.
Yeah, we call them live.
There you go. Yeah, because it'll be, let's see, they're 9 o'clock not mountain time, Western time, because they're in Oregon. So you'd have to figure it out. Probably, it'd probably be about almost now that they're starting to get in to the building.
Make sure if anybody here is monetized, you go and do this like ASAP, because Cardoza knows his stuff right now. Like, he's pretty sure that if you're monetized and you haven't designated whether your videos are made for kids or not, then all videos are demonetized until you do that. So whether that's the case or not, it's worth the 2 seconds you saw. It just took me to figure that out for you to go in and do that, just to make sure that you're covered if you're monetized.
Right.
If you're not monetized, then I mean, I would still do it, because the whole plan, I would say, for everybody that does YouTube is to one day become monetized. So get it out of the way now so you don't have to worry about it in the future. Plus, that could hurt you getting to monetization, because if it suppresses you in search results or whatnot, you know what I mean? It could be a lot harder for people to actually find you when they're searching for things.
Right. RC Madex says you need to order a minimum of 5,000 a year, and a margin to slim. We understood that anyway. We're not going to be Walmart and stuff like that where they get the better price. But $5,000 a year for diecast is really not that bad. I mean, if you really look at it, because a normal Hot Wheels case is 72 cars. It's averaging like $90 a case. So, and there's 15 cases a year. So, no. And same thing with Green Light. But yeah, I'll work on that, and once I'm done here, I'm getting that good setting up. They said they were having problems with in Europe with the same problem, but they fought it. But I don't think they're gonna.
I don't know if YouTube was confused though if your videos are made for kids or not, Tommy.
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, Alex.
Bye, Alex.
Later, bud.
Yeah, that would be the question, because there's been such a presence of resellers in this community now with like the eBay glitch moving cross-posting over to Mercari. So like what Veronica's saying, should we stop putting energy into Mercari? I would say not until it's confirmed.
Right.
Which, like, honestly, like if D's show wasn't coming up in like 20 some minutes, I would call Mercari right now on the speaker and pretty much let everybody listen in, because if they are pulling out, then I would stop putting energy into it. Right. I would transfer all the money I still have in there to my bank account and just like be done. Tracy says healthy, kid friendly on that Bernard channel. Yes, absolutely. Nate, do you stay up for the late night show?
What's that?
Do you let your kids stay up for the late night show?
What, with Tommy?
Yeah.
No, they're way in bed by then. Yeah, that wouldn't be kid friendly.
Yep, Tracy teaches Mother of the Year on there.
You know what, though? I think Tracy is a good mother, though. Like, just like the concern and stuff she showed for her son with the MMA and everything like that.
Mhm.
Reminds me a lot of my mom.
For
Lots
sure.
of animal education on Tommy's channel sometimes.
I'm sure RC Maddox, they'll let you take your money out. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think that they would be like, we're done. You can't have your money now. I'm
Right.
sure they would let you, but yeah, I mean, I've normally just been keeping money in Mercari as like spend money. Like if there's something I want personally,
You grab it.
buying
Yeah.
it through Mercari because I don't do the traffic I do through eBay.
Mhm.
Although lately, like Mercari's been heating up for me, so I've been kind of sending some of the money to my bank account.
Right. So.
Yeah, that's true, Veronica. They can learn about real life there. Yeah, I'm like on what would you say on account or whatever coming out and saying that like I go through withdrawals and Tommy and Tracy don't go on because that's like part of my nightly routine is to kind of just fall asleep listening to their show.
Right. Sometimes.
Not that
I love their show, man, but I am usually like so tired when they come on. I'm like, click in, log in, say what's up, try to watch them until I just can't keep my eyes open no more.
Yeah. Rick teaches animal instincts. He literally teaches the birds and the bees.
Right. Exactly. All right, Marcy. Have a good day.
Hey, see you, Marcy. Hey, Carduso, thanks for stopping in today. Would love to see you again and maybe even chat with you again sometime about this stuff. I appreciate everything that you have put into today's show.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I subbed to the channel. I mean, very knowledgeable, so I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go drop a sub to you too, Carduso.
Yeah, that's what I was just heading to do. What does he do here?
And if anybody else here wants to go over there and show some love for all of his contributions today, I'd appreciate it. And talk to each other as well, you know, show each other some love.
So he's got some pretty cool like traveling videos.
That's cool.
Got videos from all over the place.
Hey, that's not bad, RC Maddox. You've killed it on Mercari this year.
That's it.
I haven't been on Mercari or as serious about Mercari to kind of get to that point yet, but I definitely want to, you know, build it up if they're not leaving.
Right.
I should cash out my money just in case they just all of a sudden disappear.
Bye bye. Yeah.
I'm going to after the show. I think I only got like $37 in there right now though, so I've literally just been. Come think of it, they've sent me an email the past 2 days saying, "Hey, you have $37. Why don't you go over, you know, and spend something with that money?" You know what I mean? Like they've never sent me that before, and I've had like hundreds of dollars sitting there before.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I got quite a bit in there right now.
Yeah, they're pushing and they're pushing and they're pushing this. Hey, use this money. Use this money.
Past 3 weeks, I've just sent the money over to my business bank account. I haven't even been spending anything over there, and you know now I have like $37 over there from like 2 sales. And normally I wait till it gets to like at least 100 or close to 100 before I send it over. But Bad Dog, they were. Derek was saying he called Mercari because he had an issue with his account, and they told him that they're going to be pulling out of the U.S. I may call them live, and we can get some answers.
Yeah.
I leave my money in there. I leave my money in there until I have like an investment I want to make, and then I'll do that quick debit card transfer. I figure if it's locked in there, it's harder to set.
Touche.
Touche, Tommy. Touche.
Derek and all them fake G.I. Joes, right?
And
he clearly doesn't know the difference, right, folks? It's like the person I go to for authentication, like they're sassing over whether or not his G.I. Joes are real.
Yeah, Reseller King, you're right. If Mercari goes under, we need to start our own platform. Everybody's been saying that. There's so many Facebook groups now that everybody's doing it over there now too. It was crazy.
There's so much money involved to start a platform.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just to get
Prairie
started.
Grit didn't they? Like they were like former eBay people that were like, screw this, I'm going to do my own thing.
You mean Prairie Grit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott. Yeah.
I mean, I know Craig can drop a lot of insight on that side of how much stuff costs, because I believe he was even like contracted by Prairie Grit to design some of their tech side. So, and they said that they had spent a lot of money trying to get it up to running well and everything. So just to get that side is a lot of money.
None of our debit cards are now working on Mercari for a transfer anymore. Like, so.
I normally go.
I can't transfer. If I want to do a quick transfer, we have to transfer it into Destiny's account with the quick debit card.
Oh, I still got money in process, so it's probably not even worth me doing the.
If I try to do the transfer with my business checking account debit card, it says my card's ineligible for that option.
Right.
I can transfer it to my business bank account, but it won't let me transfer it with the business debit card.
Right. Yep.
That makes no sense.
Yep. I haven't had any luck with Facebook Marketplace at all. OfferUp, my stuff's just sitting there. It's like.
Yeah, OfferUp's like dead in this area. I don't know if you've noticed any difference, Nate, but like if I'm going to one of those, Facebook's the first place. Second place I'm going is OfferUp, or not OfferUp. Let Go. No, Let Go is the dead one. I go to OfferUp over Let Go.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that being the case on your side of town?
I haven't used Let Go at all. I've last year I actually sold right before Christmas like a bunch of Potter toys or whatever to someone, for their grandmother to give to someone or whatever. So that was a really good buy. But other than that, I haven't used it too much. But it has, worked out pretty good for me.
Yeah, I don't know either, Michelle. That's why I'd like to make a video on it. I might make that video after we get done here. Like I might just call them and just record myself calling them.
Right.
Post it.
It could be a disgruntled customer service rep just trying to hurt the business too. You always got to make sure that you're getting your information.
I mean, she was mad nice. I mean, she.
What exactly did she tell you?
She just went out and we went through because I had problems where I had 27 items posted, and all of a sudden it just went dead, like nothing. So I tried to call them and say, "Well, what happened to everything that was here?" And they were saying, "Well, I was suspended indefinitely," which I don't understand why. So we sat there and I talked to him. I says, "Well, what should I do about this? Why am I suspended indefinitely?" And I says, "This is getting ridiculous. I had 27 items. I even had an item sold." And I'm like, "All right, no problem." She goes, "Well, I'm sorry this is happening, but I have to go to a supervisor." And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it anyway." She goes, "From what I'm seeing around here, people are getting let go. There's been saying that we're going to be closing down, that we're not going to be in business anymore." So.
Sorry about that, guys, but my bladder almost exploded.
Yeah, no big deal.
That was
Lisa said she Googled it and showed a YouTube video dated July of this year saying Mercari pulling out.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to call them either way, though, because that way we'll actually have like the recorded, like from the mouth of Mercari, whether or not they're going anywhere.
Yeah, because I tried Googling it and all I found was information about them pulling out of Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, because I looked up that too, and I seen the U.S. one that it wasn't a video; it was an ad, or it was a post or something I read, and then someone else said that it's just Europe, so I was really confused.
John even said, he says they were going, and he stepped out of the U.S. He had heard that well back that they were going to be stepping out of the U.S. So,
well, that's wonderful because my Mercari's been out selling my eBay for about 2 weeks now.
Mine too, yeah. Faux show. That sucks.
these even said that there was they announced the trouble in the U.S. market at the beginning of the year. They're Japan based. Rosie's even saying it. When I Googled it, showed a YouTube video 2019 is Mercari pulling out.
Do you have their phone number, Derek?
Derek's got him on speed dial.
For a while I did there.
Oh, look, I just found it.
I was gonna say you had it too. I remember.
I got it from a website called pissedconsumer.com.
Are you calling him now?
Well, I mean, Dee's getting ready to go live, so I was going to call him after we go off. I mean, you guys can stay on with me when I call if you want.
Yeah.
And then I'll record it from my computer.
Yeah.
Either that or I can set up my GoPro real quick and record it that way, and then we'll just post it up.
Yeah,
then everybody will know.
With the amount of things that you see on eBay as resellers of people saying that an item's lost and it's not really, and this doesn't work and it really does, like their thing that they do over Mercari of paying both sides of the coin, if that does happen, just think about how much money could possibly be getting given out for free. I mean, tons of money probably they just hand out to both the reseller and, back to the customer.
Right. Is it good? Tommy.
There you go. Tracy says, call now and enter Dee's channel when she goes live.
What do you mean, pull D up?
No. Like when Dee's live, say, like she'll send you a StreamYard invite.
Oh yeah. She'll be looking
you
for
could
somebody
join
to
Dee's
jump
live
in with her, and you can jump in when you're completely on. It's going to take you about a half an hour, 45 minutes to get in through with them.
Well, I mean, if Dee's willing and she wants to have me on, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, just PM her and see if she can. She'll be out of words in 5. Tommy, that's not true.
Hey, John, buddy.
And Tommy, the fake G.I. Joes they're called corpse figures. You can still sell them for $2 to $3 a piece, but I'd rather just go with the real G.I. Joes.
It's very weird that we're seeing so much. There recently so many problems with eBay, and now Mercari pulling out. Like, what will this mean? Going forward, is it like John said, like eBay's going to kind of pick back up, or is this going to be, like everyone's kind of worried and all over the place?
Please be advised that wait times may exceed 20 minutes. For immediate support, chat with us in the help center or at mercari.com/chat.
See? Only 30 minutes.
I mean, if I was Poshmark, I'd be opening up some different categories other than just the two, the home goods and the clothes. If I was them, Poshmark is really doing well. That makes me want to open up a Poshmark account hearing all this stuff. I mean, I have one, but I just haven't posted anything in months.
Said he's still answering English. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Well, that's their Oregon office. That's why.
Oh, they hung up on me.
Did they?
They hung up on me.
See, I told you that it's crazy with them.
Jagoffs.
Mercari must be watching. They're trying to call someone.
That sucks.
Oh,
I'll keep calling. I'll be annoying.
Yeah. That's what I had to do for a while. I mean, Dommy, remember when I was on? I had to sit there and you were on with me doing Facebook. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
So,
So why don't we go ahead and we'll wrap this up, and then we'll try the call, and then if Dee wants to send me a link, I can pop in when somebody pops on.
yeah, she usually does. She usually puts it in the StreamYard, and then if anybody wants to jump in, unless she has, I don't know if Tracy's going to be on with her or Dawn. I don't know.
I mean, whoever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, I'll call, and then if for some reason I get through and I don't have a link, then I'll just, I don't know, I can either replay the video that I record, or I can just drop a link to it or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that would suck. We'll find out.
Okay.
Anything you guys want to say before we wrap this up? Because Dee's going to be firing up here in about 7 minutes.
Not much. Don't forget to come to Monday's auction with Justin Jacobs this week. All Hot Wheels and Legos, and what else does he have? Plush. So it's going to be a crazy auction. So head on over. I'll be putting a link up soon for the date and for the time. So,
and I don't have anything really, any big news other than Crazy. If you can hit me up when you're not busy today about that thing.
We're on Tommy's channel tomorrow.
Yes, we are on my channel tomorrow. We are going to have kids on my channel tomorrow. So YouTube can suck it.
Touche on that one, my man. That was a good one.
Nate?
I'll probably be dropping this part 2 of Amber going to the RA sourcing, and I'll be off tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll probably do a live working hangout probably Friday evening sometime.
Cool. Sounds good, man. I will have tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, the giveaway for my 1K. So essentially what we're doing is Tommy is going to make a Picksburgh t-shirt in whatever size the winner wants. We'll send that anywhere in the world on me. And then I'm going to also give a $50 eBay store credit to the winner as well. If you guys want to start browsing what's in there, you can, my link to my eBay is down below. You can go and talk to the store, do whatever else you want to do with it. There's some cool stuff in there. I'll be listing some more stuff today, so that inventory is going to grow. But make sure you go to the video tomorrow. It's only like 2 minutes long or something like that. All you need to do is like, subscribe, comment, and then I'll do the random comment generator on one of our shows next week, and we'll pick a winner live just like we did with Nate yesterday.
Yeah, you'll just pick me, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I picked you. So.
Yeah, since we rigged it.
Yeah, it's rigged.
It'll be Nate this time. Yeah. Watch, I say that now, it will be you.
Yeah, that's why I said it, just to jinx it, because I'm gonna go comment like 90 times. Make sure you click no duplicates.
Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and release that video first thing tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Make sure you go over there and check that out, and make sure you come back to Tommy's channel tomorrow, where we're gonna have some kids on YouTube.
Got to get them in before the new year.
Yeah. Sure. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I appreciate everyone's interaction. We'll see you tomorrow.
Make that money.